The modern mind is a crowded place. We wake up to a deluge of decisions, obligations, and digital noise that instantly overloads our mental circuit board. We are not suffering from a lack of information. We are suffering from mental clutter, a jumble of unfinished tasks, scattered attention, and the constant stress of juggling too many priorities. We mistakenly believe that mental clarity requires a dramatic life overhaul, a month-long retreat, or a complete change of career. But the Japanese philosophy of Kaizen, or continuous improvement, teaches us that the most profound change comes from the smallest, most consistent daily actions. This is the power of the daily minimalist ritual. It's not about stripping your life bare. It's about installing new, simple mental algorithms that override your old, complex, stressful thought patterns. By committing to just a few minutes of intentional ritual each day, you literally rewire your brain for simplicity, achieving seiketsu, a state of mental purity and clarity. These 7 rituals, rooted in the deep practical wisdom of Japan, are designed to dismantle mental clutter one day at a time. They are quick, specific, and surprisingly powerful. Rituals as mental algorithms. In Japanese workplace philosophy, often known as the 5S method, the core idea is that discipline in the environment leads to efficiency in the process. We apply this to the mind. A ritual is simply a high-efficiency algorithm for your brain. Seiri. The mental sorting. Ruthlessly identifying what is essential and eliminating the rest. Thoughts, tasks, inputs. Seiton. The mental arrangement. Organizing the essential items for optimal flow. Clarity of schedule, focus, attention. These daily rituals are the 7 physical actions we use to perform Seiri and Seiton on our internal landscape, moving us from mental fatigue to simple, directed energy. 1. The Nemawashi morning prep, rewiring frantic starts. The frantic, reactive start to the day. You wake up and immediately feel overwhelmed by the sheer volume of things you must do, creating a generalized stress that lasts all day. Your mind starts sprinting before your body is ready, literally meaning root binding. Nemawashi is the subtle, informal groundwork or preparation done before a formal decision or action. It's the essential, quiet alignment that prevents public friction or chaos. Applied internally, it's the quiet mental prep that prevents the day's chaos. The 3-minute Nemawashi prep. 1. The 3-step preview. Before checking your phone or starting the first activity, sit quietly. Review only the 3 most essential actions you must complete today. Not 10, just 3. Name them mentally. Core Action 1, Core Action 2, Core Action 3. 2. The energy check. Assign an estimated time energy level to each action. Nemawashi involves honest appraisal. Which one is a drain and which is a fuel? 3. The first micro step. Identify the single smallest first physical step needed for only Core Action 1, E or G. Open the document, put on running shoes, write the title of the email. Complete that micro step immediately. This ritual replaces generalized anxiety with focused intention. You stop reacting to the day's demands and start acting from a place of prepared calm. The sheer scale of the day shrinks to 3 manageable points, instantly achieving clarity. 2. The Seiri mental sort. Rewiring indecision, and cognitive load. Your mind is cluttered with maybes, shoulds, and someday tasks that lack clear prioritization. This mental drag makes simple choices feel complicated. Seiri is the first step of 5S, sort. It is the practice of separating the necessary from the unnecessary and ruthlessly eliminating the latter. Applied mentally, it's sorting your thoughts into distinct actionable categories. The 3-bucket rule. 1. The dump. Grab a piece of paper and write down all the mental clutter swirling in your head, all the things you are worried about, must do, or are considering. Don't filter. 2. The Seiri sort. Draw 3 quick columns or buckets and categorize every item immediately. O bucket. 1. Must be done today or this week. O bucket 2. Important, but not time critical. Needs dedicated scheduling later. O bucket 3. Things I worry about but cannot control. Things someone else should do, or things that simply don't matter. 3. The shred, physically or mentally shred bucket. 3. This is the core of Siri. You are freeing up the mental RAM wasted on things that are not your problem or are not relevant now. This ritual dismantles the illusion that all problems are equally urgent. By eliminating bucket 3, you create an immediate sense of relief and focus. Siri teaches your mind to distinguish between useful inputs and noise, simplifying your decision matrix instantly. 3. The site and workspace alignment. Rewiring scattered focus, scattered attention. Your physical workspace, desktop, or dashboard reflects your internal state, disorganized, inefficient, and distracting. The visual clutter constantly pulls your attention away from the task at hand. Sighten is the second step of 5S, set in order. It's the disciplined arrangement of essential items so that they are easy to find, easy to use, and easy to put away. It is a place for everything and everything in its place. The 5-minute Sighten close. 1. The task zone. At the end of your workday, or before a major task switch, designate a small task zone, e.g., the 30 cm around your keyboard. 2. The one-item rule. Everything not related to the next task is removed from the task zone. For digital spaces, only the single document program you need should be open. This is not about cleaning the whole room. It's about ordering the immediate field of vision. 3. The mental map. Mentally verify the arrangement. Can I reach my notebook without stretching? Is my water visible but not disruptive? This visual order becomes an external map for internal focus. Sighten creates a physical and digital boundary around your attention. When your environment is orderly, your mind doesn't have to waste energy filtering out distractions or searching for tools. It disciplines your focus by limiting the number of external stimuli it has to process, leading to directed, simple attention. 4. The Kodanuki amusement break. Rewiring self-criticism. The internal critic. Perfectionism, self-judgment, and anxiety about mistakes create a heavy mental atmosphere. Taking yourself and your mistakes too seriously consumes vast amounts of psychological energy. The Kodanuki is the small, often humorous figure of the Japanese raccoon dog, Tanuki. It symbolizes mischief, playful self-amusement, and a light-hearted approach to life. It represents the ability to laugh at one's own minor failures or absurd situations. The Kodanuki flaw moment. 1. The flaw. When you make a minor mistake, a typo, dropping something, forgetting a name, or when you catch yourself taking a trivial matter far too seriously, e.g., obsessing over an email word choice. 2. The pause and reframe. Stop the self-critical loop. Instead of escalating the problem, consciously acknowledge its absurdity. Say, mentally or softly, "Oh, classic Kodanuki moment." 3. The laugh. Force a small, genuine smile or chuckle. The physical act of humor breaks the stress cycle and tells your brain, this is not a catastrophe. This is merely human, and it's a little bit funny. This ritual uses humor as a surgical tool. The Kodanuki mindset prevents the small error from collapsing into a massive, serious judgment about your competence. It wires your mind to interpret minor setbacks as amusing evidence of being human rather than heavy proof of failure, simplifying your emotional landscape. 5. The shun single focus block. Rewiring multitasking. The illusion of multitasking. Trying to manage multiple information streams simultaneously, which leads to shallow work, inefficiency, and the chronic stress of feeling pulled in several directions at once. Shun refers to the peak season or optimal time for a specific food or activity. It is the concept of timeliness, and focusing on what is most essential and ripe right now. Applied mentally, it means finding the single most important task for the current moment and committing to it fully. The Shun 25-minute block. 1. The selection. Look at your bucket 1 items from the Siri ritual. Select the one item that is most valuable or most ripe for completion right now. 2. The commitment. Set a timer for 25 minutes. All other tabs are closed. The phone is silenced and face down. Announce mentally, only the Shun task exists for the next 25 minutes. 3. The presence. If a distracting thought or another task surfaces, write it down on a parking lot note, the Siri discard sheet, and immediately bring your focus back to the Shun task. This ritual dismantles the multitasking habit. By enforcing a single time-bound focus, you train your mind for deep presence. It learns that complex tasks are best handled by simple, single-minded attention, drastically reducing the mental overhead of switching costs. 6. The Usuji energy sweep. Rewiring accumulated stress. Accumulated energetic waste. The daily residue of minor stresses, unresolved arguments, and low-level anxieties that accumulate until they make your entire environment feel heavy and oppressive. Usuji is the great cleaning, the deep ceremonial cleaning that occurs in Japan near the end of the year to remove the dust and energetic burden of the past 12 months. Applied daily, it's a ceremonial clearing of the day's mental and physical dust. The 10-minute Usuji sweep. 1. The end-of-day purge. At the end of your focused work or before transitioning to rest, dedicate 10 minutes to a ceremonial, multi-sensory sweep. 2. Physical sweep. Clear the immediate physical debris. Put away tools, wipe down the primary surface, empty the trash bin near your desk. Use a cloth and feel the physical act of wiping away the day's energy. 3. Digital sweep. Close all unnecessary programs and browser tabs. Empty your digital trash bin. Delete screenshots or files you won't need. The goal is to leave a clean, calm slate for the next morning. The Usuji ritual prevents the spillover of stress from one day to the next. It signals to your brain that the work session is ceremonially complete. By clearing the physical and digital space, you create a tangible sense of closure, simplifying the energy and making it easier to relax. 7. The Zanshin transition pause. Rewiring abrupt shifts. Abrupt transitions. We jump from one major task, conversation, or mental state to the next with no pause, leading to lingering thoughts, diminished focus, and a feeling of constant internal rush. Zanshin means lingering mind or sustained awareness. In martial arts, it is the continued state of relaxed alertness and mental presence after an action is finished. Applied to daily life, it's the mindful pause between activities. The Zanshin transition. Pause. 1. The completion. You finish a task, closing the laptop, leaving a meeting, arriving home. 2. The pause. Before starting the next activity, stop physically. Take a full, intentional 1-minute pause. 3. The mental bridge. Use this minute to breathe and mentally clean the previous activity from your focus. Acknowledge the result, good or bad, and let it go. Visualize a clean bridge that connects the last moment to the next. 4. The start. Only after the minute is complete do you begin the next task with fresh, singular focus. Zanshin transforms the friction of abrupt transitions into the smoothness of sustained flow. It trains your mind to maintain awareness across different activities, simplifying your focus by preventing mental residue from clogging the current moment. These 7 daily rituals are not constraints, they are tools for mental liberation. By practicing Nemawashi, you choose intentionality over frenzy. By applying Sairi and Seiton, you replace indecision with clarity. Through Kodanuki, you replace self-judgment with light-heartedness. And with Zanshin and Usuji, you ensure that yesterday's clutter never pollutes today's focus. The power of Japanese minimalism lies in its frequency, not its intensity. Committing just a few minutes each day to these rituals will slowly, but surely rewire your mind for simplicity. You will stop seeing life as an overwhelming torrent of demands and start viewing it as a series of manageable, distinct moments, each deserving of your simple, full attention. Your mind is the garden of your life. These 7 rituals are the daily tending it needs. Which one will you plant today to begin your journey toward mental purity and profound simplicity?